everybody.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Katy, and this is Unforgettable Experiences, the podcast.
I feel like we should have some drama music or something.
We said the podcast in all caps. Thank you very much.
Mine was italicized.
Oh, you used that Garamond font again. I thought we talked about that.
Come thou font of it. All right, so...
Of Times New Roman.
And sans serif.
And Comic Sans.
We came on just to sing about fonts.
Apparently to the tune of well-beloved hymns, because that's what we do now.
Yeah, we ruin hymns. Is that sacrilegious?
No, I think Jesus would get a giggle at that.
Well, it's not like Jesus wrote that song. Did he?
No, he did not.
He wrote, I love the little children. We've had people ask us why we haven't produced content, and so we are producing content. You asked for it, this is it.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Take it and be happy.
So this is Mo and Katy unscripted. We have no script. This is audio only, so for those of you who thought you could sit and watch Katy push me toward the line of irreverence and then roll your eyes.
You'll just have to listen.
Yeah, so.
Well, and I said, we're going to go record a podcast. And I said, well, I'm not prepared. She goes, that's okay, neither am I. So
yeah,
here we are.
That's the unscripted version. So Katy, what have we been up to?
We have been up to a lot of really amazing things, actually.
So just summarize August. How did August go for you?
So the first weekend of August, Mo and I were the MCs for Treble Harmony Brigade, which took place in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the really cool thing about Treble Harmony Brigade is that is actually the event where Mo and I met and subsequently became besties. But we met there in 2018. Mm-hmm. And so it was a very cool full circle moment to have a role where we were really helping to move the event along in a creative and fun way. It was also a very special remembrance of the founder of women's, we used to be called Women's Harmony Brigade. Now it's Treble Harmony Brigade. But the founder, Jennifer Newman, sadly passed away in July. And so we were able to honor her and just think about her all weekend. And we are really grateful to Jen, because if it hadn't been for her, our story would not be what it is.
Yeah.
So
and
really
Jen trusted us a lot to MC things a couple years ago. And,
and why would you do that?
Yeah. Well, the other thing I was thinking about too is we were preparing, and we've had to deal with sad content before in another event we MC'd in Pennsylvania, and I'm very grateful to you about how we treat that. And so one of the things was we had written the script ahead of time, honoring Jen. And we actually, when we wrote the script, Jen was still alive, but she had been given 3.5 months to live. As it was, she ended up passing away like 3 weeks and a day after she got the diagnosis. Yeah. But when we wrote the script, there was a very real chance that she would not be alive at the event. So we wrote the script with basically 3 COAs, courses of action. One is that she was still alive, but not at the actual event because she lived in Roanoke, Virginia. Another COA was that she was alive and going to be at the event either virtually or in person. And then the third COA was that she was not alive when we did that. So as it was, we got the word about 2 weeks before the event that she had passed. And so we wrote, I think in all 3 different versions, they had a nice tribute to her because she had set this event up and for us to be able to look around. But what I'm very grateful for is we did a lot of table reads and we did stuff in person, reading through it. And my eyes are watering right now. But it made me think of when you did Little Women, when you did Marmee, and when you have to perform, and I'm not saying that our deliverance of this
but MCing is performing.
Yeah.
So you're literally on a stage in front of people. So that performance element is there for sure.
Right. And I think because we had spent so much time and very deliberate about the words we were going to say to honor Jen, we wanted to be able to get through it with some clarity, but also with some authentic emotion. So
how'd that work out for us, Mo?
It did not work out well for me. Part of the problem was, when we had done the table reads, there was a couple times I couldn't get through it, and there's times that we got through it. I think being in the room with 142 people that Jen was the catalyst for bringing together that event,
very touching,
was very impactful. And I think you had to take some of my lines. But I think what it is what I appreciate about our process is there is a delicate balance between genuine emotional connection, and being able to deliver a message coherently and so that it could be understood.
Exactly.
So,
and the other event that Mo's referring to, I had the privilege of playing Marmy and Little Women in the spring of 2021. It was a completely virtual production, and Mo was actually my second set of hands when I recorded my part. And I'm sure a lot of you know the story of Little Women. You know, Marmy, one of the girls dies.
Spoiler alert.
That's right. Yeah. Sorry, Beth dies. But Marmy in the musical, Marmy sings this very moving song after Beth dies. And again, I'm not sure how many of you know this about me, but I have lost a child. So it hit very close to home for me. And what I had to do was go in my studio and sing that song a few times and just get all the emotions out of it so that I could perform it to the edge of the sincerity. But singing and crying don't really match. You know, they don't really go well.
That's new news to me, but you're a performer, so I trust you.
So the strive to be authentic, but at the same time still be able to deliver a message and to move things along. And that was really the fun part about Brigade, was we had information to deliver and things to move along, but they really gave us free reign to do it in our
You guys,
own
they
way.
didn't even, we offered them our script. We gave them our script.
They're like,
didn't even read it. We're like, oh, come on, please, you know.
Do you really?
But that was a cool thing too, is again, for being an MC or delivering a message, whether you're in a boardroom or whether you're in front of a classroom or whether you're in front of just, you know, your kids, you know, laying out the chore list, the idea that you have a message to convey, and there's so many different ways you can convey it. Like we had to give out rules about how the quartets had to be sung, that you can't have 5 people in a quartet, that you can't speed sing through it. And what was fun about, again, the board giving us the liberty to do it how we know we did it in the skit. But what I was most impressed with when we did the both the Show of Champions in Pennsylvania and then the Brigade event in North Carolina is we were on time. If not early, you know, everything, because that's the biggest thing was you go to these awards festivals or you go to these different things. It's just like, oh, come on, just move it along. So,
so that was the first of our unforgettable experiences for August. And then Mo and I went on respective vacations with our spouses. So we had respective trips. Mo went ATVing
up in Maine.
And will you just share just a teeny bit about the really cool, unforgettable experience you had on the day that you took the ATVs out?
Yeah, so we went up with some family friends, and there was 2 people per ATV. We had side by sides. There was 10 of us total, but we, you know, go through the mud and it was just so much fun. But one of the stops we made was at a B-52 crash site up in Maine, and in 1963, a B-52 was practicing a local training mission, working on relatively new technology at the time of ground. It was terrain following radar, and so it was, you know, if the ground went up 10 feet, technically the plane should go up 10 feet too. So it's just terrain following radar. It did not end well. There were 7 people on board, and the plane crashed. And in this wilderness of Maine in January, I want to say, which is a little cold up there.
A little bit.
7 people on board, and 2 people actually survived. And so the long and short of, there's a book written about it, but the long and short of it was they decided to keep the plane wreckage, all the debris, there where it impacted. There was some pieces had been taken away, and then anyway, so salvage rights, and they brought it back. So when I had heard about this, I was like, oh, okay, so we're going to go see a B-52 and like a picture and maybe a piece of metal or something like that. I'll be damned if this thing we were literally walking through a debris field.
Wow.
It was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe that. I mean, some people had graffitied and wrote their names on the wing parts or whatever, but full on the landing gear was there. We were standing next to 2 of the tires and it had a slash to it. You would look up in the trees and there were pieces that had just flown into the trees. I mean, this is 2024 and this happened in 1963, public math. So like what, 20 years ago? And so
seems no, the 20 years ago was the 80s. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, whatever. But it was fascinating. It was something I didn't even know existed, and I was just really struck by the fact that everything was still intact and respectfully maintained. And
Yeah.
you were literally you'd be walking the path and you would just walk over a wiring harness or a panel from the wing.
Wow.
It was, and you could see the trajectory of how it had crashed and the direction it had come in and look at the trees. But yeah, so that was unexpected. And, it was definitely better than I had thought it was going to be when I built it on my mind. So
that makes me think. I'm sorry, just a little bunny trail. That makes me think. I don't know. Have you ever been to the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia?
Just for the 5 to 7 years I was there, but no.
Were you next to Al Capone's cell? You guys were buddies.
Sure.
That is what they call it a preserved ruin. So they are not rebuilding it and restoring it, but they are keeping it from ruining any further than it already is, so people can see it as almost like as close to as it was. But they're not like they're stopping it from deteriorating further, but they're not rebuilding it at the same time. So they call it a preserved ruin.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Where is that?
Philly. It's up in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
It's really. I my 2 youngest sons and I went, and it was just you do like a little Walkman headset tour.
For those of you listening, Walkman was an old
20 years ago in 1983.
It was an old MP3 Zune player, if you will. Okay, so while I was in Maine looking at wreckage, you and Matt were where?
We were in San Francisco. So the first time I've been to San Francisco.
Nice.
And we did all the touristy things. The nicest part, to be honest, we have had a punishingly hot summer here on the East Coast. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it has been more days over 90 than I can count, and just hot. And
is it because you can't count?
My hair looks terrible.
Which is why we're doing an audio recording.
But we got in San Francisco and it was like 65.
Nice.
I put on a hoodie and I told my husband, I said, I think this is the first time I've had sleeves on my arms in 3 months.
Nice.
But anyway, we went to Pier 39 and saw all the sea lions and seals. We went to Ghirardelli Square, Fisherman's Wharf. But I want to tell you, we drove down Lombard Street. We went over the Golden Gate Bridge, all the things. But my favorite thing was this random coin-operated machine museum that we found on Fisherman's Wharf.
I'm starting to notice a trend with you. Okay, keep going. No, keep going.
Okay. So it was all of these really, really old arcade games, basically. And a lot of them were operational. You put a quarter in and it, plays a little song and the little characters move. A lot of them didn't age well. There was a lot of things that would not be acceptable to taste.
Like the penitentiary.
There was one called the Opium Den. I mean, it was shifty. Scary Clowns, whole thing. And then all the way up through like Whack-A-Mole, like we would remember from when we were kids. Like it was big. It was this big like metal building right by the water.
Did you have to put like money in each machine, or did you?
You could.
Okay.
I mean, you could choose which ones you wanted to play, or like if other people had put money in, you could kind of stand and enjoy it. But I don't know why, but I was fascinated. I think it was because it was unexpected. I didn't know we were going to find it, and it was just the coolest. Like it was the most delightful thing. Like my husband did not enjoy it quite as much as I did, but I had a blast.
So let's fast forward just a little bit. So and this is what I realized is that we're going to skip over 2 other events that happened in August, but the end of August, after the second event that we're skipping over, we went to a pinball museum.
We did. So actually, and to tie this all together, it was when it was after we had gone to the memorial service for our friend that we were talking about.
Yeah.
But on the way home, we had some time, and Mo found this pinball museum.
Because we used Atlas Obscura.
Oh my gosh.
No, so
it was so fun.
So you said something about on when you went to the game museum in San Francisco, like finding it was unexpected.
Yeah.
So we knew when we went to Roanoke, Virginia, we knew we were going to the pinball museum.
Yes.
And it was a blast for me because the caliber of it and the experience there was unexpected. Like I mean, I thought we were just going to like learn the history of a pinball machine and see the guts of it. Dude, you guys,
it was so
you paid $15 and there are like 3 rows, 3 or 4 columns.
There had to have been 60 maybe pinball machines, and dating and they were chronological. So the first row were like the oldest ones, all the way up through I think some of them I vaguely remembered seeing in arcades and whatever. And they were all set to free play.
Yeah, so you would go, and the only rule was if you start a game, you have to finish it. So 5 balls, 4 balls, whatever you had to play. But so yeah, we were going through, and you just, and it was amazing. The cacophony of pinball machine, like it was so the fun. Ghostbuster ones or the Wizard of Oz, everything was shaking. Beatles, but I'm hearing
was Back to the Future. And then like some of them would have like all the little like the extra little tubes and stuff that you try to get the ball. But your favorite was my favorite horse racing machine.
But it was so simple. So it had 4 paddles. So
it was
like
one of the older ones.
Your left trigger,
like from the 80s,
would control the lower paddle and the upper paddle, and then the right one would control the upper and lower. But what was happening was same thing. You were knocking the ball around, but at the very, very top, there were 6. Basically little panels, and every time the pinball hit one of those panels, it would advance.
There were horses like underneath.
Yeah, it was kind of like those little
we're
ducks
using our hands like you can see what we're describing.
Well, that's why we do audio only, right? but the so whenever you hit a one of those panels, that horse that corresponded with that would advance forward.
Yeah.
And I think it was because it was a game within a game, but I also felt like I had more control. Like I could direct the ball toward one of those panels to advance horse number 2 or whatever. So I kept going back to that one.
If she went missing, that was where I would find her.
Did you have a favorite one there?
I liked the one. There were a couple like that I really liked. The Beatles one, like ones that had themes of things I was like with which I was familiar, like Ghostbusters, and things like that. There was one that had, if you hit it at a certain place, the ball actually got magneted and lifted up into the like top, like the scores are like up there, and it was like a secondary game, and you could control the little paddles up. I loved that one. I thought that was so fun. But my gosh, did we have a good time?
Yeah.
It was so fun.
So here's the deal. So $15. We could have gone in it whenever time they opened, paid $15, kept our ticket, gone back later in the day, and just I'm like, dude,
it was so fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It was like unexpectedly like delightful.
Yeah, because I thought it was a pinball museum, and I'm only going because it was on Atlas Obscura, and I wanted to log in on Atlas Obscura. But then to have that experience in there, like our meter, like the car, the parking meter, I'm like, we got to go because we're over now.
Well, and it's one thing to say, okay, there's a pinball museum here. It's another thing to say, oh, look, there's a pinball museum. That looks cool. And the other thing is to go in and experience it. And it was, oh my gosh, it was so fun. And I was telling Mo, I actually don't care for video games. Like I don't like arcade games, but I've always loved pinball. And I think because it's so much more tangible. Yeah. Because you're actually physically hitting a ball with something. Yeah. And oh my gosh, was it fun.
Yeah, we had a blast.
That was fantastic. Yeah. So anyway, coin operated machine in San Francisco.
It was interesting because because I remember you told me about the San Francisco thing, but when you just brought it up now, I'm like, oh, wait a second. Then the pinball. So the other cool thing was, Katy bought us each a sticker. We put stickers on our mugs, and it wasn't. So this was 30 August. We did that.
Yeah.
And so it's now the middle of September, and just last night, I looked at the sticker that Katy bought us. It was on her mug, and I just realized that the R in Roanoke pinball machine, the R, the bottom part of it was a little flapper, the little paddle thing.
So it's like a P for pinball with the flapper thing and R for Roanoke.
I was like,
so clever.
Yeah.
So clever. Hire that ad agency.
But what I would like to see is a skee ball museum.
Oh, you do love some skee ball.
Love skee ball. So I'm going to have to go back to Dave & Buster's.
Girlfriend loves some skee ball.
But the pinball machine was fun. Okay, so.
It was fun. So San Francisco, so we drove down the Pacific Coast Highway as far as we could go. There was a rock slide, so part of it was closed. I've been to Santa Barbara multiple times with our Master Circle group. My husband had never been. Cool. So we spent a day kind of wandering around Santa Barbara. And then he dropped me off at the airport where I met up with this one over here.
Because I flew in from Baltimore.
That's right.
Did I? Yeah. Baltimore to Vegas, Vegas to here. Or to Santa Barbara. And so we did our retreat with our Master Circle cohort. Yes. Had a blast. Just getting to meet people and connect with people who were just living completely different lives. tech guy and a sale, ethical sales people and holistic healing.
Books about topics you can read in an hour.
Yeah.
And
so we did that for 4 days, and then we rolled into we emceed a 2-day 4-hour each day comedy and magic festival.
Yes.
And it was a great experience.
It was at the Alcazar Theater in Carpinteria, California, which is just a little bit east of Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Just beautiful little town.
Yeah, but it was neat. It was a new experience for us. It was a new experience for the theater because it was the first time hosting this. But 4 magicians and gosh, how many comics? I didn't even
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 probably. I think
so.
Like
yeah,
2, and then 3. I think. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it was neat. So there was a Friday night and then there was a Saturday night. And it's interesting how there were some people that came both nights, but the crowds were completely different.
Yeah.
Now the shows were completely different, but what struck me is how much impact the audience can have on the overall feel of the of just the overall experience. And I think so a lot of times as an audience member, you have to remember that you are affecting the performance.
Yes.
Your reaction or your lack of reaction or your drunken outbursts are
we did have those.
Yep.
And kudos to Mo because she was vacationing and she made a point to do a Zoom call or some kind of connection call with each person that was performing. And you got almost everybody. So that we weren't coming into this having to meet each other there. And she made some really wonderful connections, for us. So when we meet them because of the work that Mo did, I was on like 2 of the calls, but she did like 12 of them. It was amazing. You're already like friends.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you accelerate that know, like, and trust, that connection you have with people. So,
and it's all about connection.
Yeah.
It's all about, and we really love, just a shout out to our new friends, Jeremy and Kyle, those Klein boys.
Oh, the Klein boys. I was thinking Michelle and Jeremy, but yeah.
Those
Jeremy
Klein boys,
and Kyle. Oh my God.
They are freestyle rappers and they literally, it's like rap improv. They're pulling things out of a hat and they're not just rapping on the fly, but they're also switching off beatboxing seamlessly.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was incredible. They're just the skills they had,
their energy was so contagious, and we just loved that.
There was a mild kidnapping reference.
There was
Katy.
I just want to put them in my suitcase and take them home, but you're not supposed to say that out loud. Yeah. I also really enjoyed Joe Monty, the
magician,
who was a magician. And back in March, he was on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. And spoiler alert, he fooled them. Yep. And he brought his trophy. So we got to see that.
He brought his FU trophy.
His crowd work was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, so amazing. And Cash Levy, we had a really, really nice conversation with Cash.
He was awesome. Yeah.
He stayed at the end and chatted with us for a while.
Yeah. Just great people.
Just really, really great people. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot. It's the first time we've done anything quite like this. And the intensity of doing it over 2 days coming off of a retreat.
Yeah.
We also had the chance to do some performing. So we were trying to pull our whatever bits we were doing together, pulling those
and making them fit, that was.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing about that, being a performer, is quite honestly, a lot of times you nail it and it's fun, but there are times it just doesn't land. And so we did something the first night and it just didn't land. And we just had to sit in the muck of feeling kind of crappy about it for like the early part of the next day. And then we chose to go on, and then we were able to create something really, really cool the next night. We were able to do a parody on the fly, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So
August was a big learning month. A lot happened, a lot of travel, a lot of cool experiences. But we just wanted to pop on because people have been getting mad at us for not.
Sorry,
they're like, oh, we went to go catch up with podcasts. There's nothing new. I'm like, well, that tone of voice, there's not going to be anything new for you. No, but
if you're going to be like that, you don't get any podcasts.
Yeah, but August has been busy, and September is proving to be busy, and we're just out doing all the things. And I think that was another thing with both with the Master Retreat, with the Master Circle Retreat, as well as the Comedy Magic Festival, is there's times when Katy and I get frustrated because I'm like, we're working hard, we're hustling, we're trying to get all these gigs and stuff like that, but everybody is. Yeah. So for anybody who's out there feeling like man, I'm just pushing this rock up the hill and it's never going to end. It's going to end, and the rock is going to get lighter, and you're going to have people next to you helping you push. Just keep pushing. It's and I'm saying that halfway to myself, because I'm just like, I'm so just like, you're just on the verge of just going, you know what, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop pushing. And well,
the other thing we had a variety show last week.
Oh God, yeah.
So there was one more thing. We did our back to school variety show.
Back to school shenanigans.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And just a little plug, we have some new shenanigans coming up. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas shenanigans coming up. So if you've got family in town,
we say Christmas?
especially,
I think we have to say winter shenanigans, right?
Whatever.
Or pilgrim adjacent Thanksgiving shenanigans, gratefulness
and
shenanigans.
We are playing around with trying out some new venues. So we are really excited about that.
We went and check out a new venue today.
So stay tuned.
But keep your calendars clear. 29 November.
29 November. So it's Thanksgiving weekend. It's actually the day after Thanksgiving.
It's Friday.
So you can roll up in your fat pants.
Yeah, roll up in your fat pants with all your Black Friday deals.
But it's going to be a ton of fun. And if you got family in town, just bring them all with you.
Yep.
So we'll have some more details coming on that. But we're really, really excited about the venue that we looked at today.
Yeah.
And if you're if you're out of town, come make the trip. Just come, come down, make the trip. Come
Hop
see
on a train.
us.
It's in Baltimore. It's not that hard.
We'll take you out for ice cream afterward or something.
Yeah. I want ice cream now. Okay.
Oh man.
All right, we got to
go get ice cream.
All right. Anyway, we just want to check in, just have a little chat with you, let you know what we've been up to. We want to know what you've been up to.
Yes,
so
how was your summer?
Email us. Yeah. Are you back to school? Sorry, teachers.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
And just remember, from the monumental to the mundane,
life is filled with unforgettable experiences.
That's right. And we will see you next time.
See you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.